Dave Seabrook is here. MobWives, you're on the show, but you're not really on the show.
Right. I'm a recurring cast member.
Got it. And that's because why?
Well, partly on my own choice. I mean, I could be on it a little bit more, but I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so I got to take care of my daughter, and I got a career out there, so I'm working.
And who do you have a daughter with?
I have a daughter with Karen Gravano, one of the cast members for MobWives.
Karen. Now, Karen, how's it go, K Fox? Karen
Karen is Sammy the Bull's daughter.
Right. That's Sammy the Bull's daughter.
Mm-hmm. She came up here to promote her book.
Ah, that's right. And that's when she was talking about you, Dave.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about how the relationship and how that all came about. You want to give us some insight? What was the year? Take us back to the time.
It was 96.
Okay.
I was at the China Club.
All right, popular spot.
I was with one of rap's iconic figures, Jam Master Jay.
Okay.
Rest in peace. And I was with Fredro Starr from Onyx. And we was at the China Club when it was popping. And I seen Karen, Jennifer Graziano, who's the creator of MobWives, and Drita and a couple of her friends.
So they was moving with hip hop back then.
Right.
All right.
Moving in.
Okay.
So Karen was giving me the eye. Jennifer and them was looking at Jay or whatever.
Don't reckless eyeball me, Karen.
Right. But coincidentally, Karen approached me. She approached me.
Oh, so she popped at you.
Yeah, she popped at me. I would have never talked to her, to be honest with you. But
how come?
Wait a minute. Wait.
And here's why.
Didn't you guys get married?
No, we were engaged.
Okay.
I caught a big sentence with her dad, so I could never get married.
Okay.
But nevertheless, the only reason why
I
don't get down like that. You know what I mean?
You don't just approach chicks on sight. That's
it's
not your
that
style.
She wasn't beautiful and enticing, but I just don't get down like that. You know what I mean? So had she not approached me, we would have never met.
So what's your relationship with her like now?
Solid. That's my daughter's mother. So above all, I got to respect that, and I love her for that, for having my daughter, because I love my daughter dearly. And I think it's imperative that fathers have a rapport with the children's mother.
All right. So now when you reached out to us, you was like, look, people's out here talking slick and kind of trying to tell my story. I want to tell my story.
Right.
So what is that story that you want?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people just look at me as just coming home from prison and maybe leeching off of Karen or living off of Karen, right? That's not the situation. Karen's dad and her brother and I, we had got involved with some,
That's cool. Your phone ringing. So obviously you still out here doing business. The phone is ringing. You got fresh kicks on and fresh sweatsuit, and the phone ringing.
I'm eating.
You out here. You know what I mean?
Nothing major though.
Paying some bills. Yeah.
Paying some bills, brother.
Doing it the right way.
Doing it the right way.
But back then, in the late 90s, though.
And the 80s.
And the 80s, you was doing what now?
I was hustling. I was on the block with Fat Cat and Supreme and everybody.
So you from that?
Yes.
When things were very real.
Very real. Cats was getting $500,000, $1 million a week. It was a different time. It was a different era. I grew up when hustling was the thing.
The first thing that comes to my mind, though, is I hope you put some of that money away.
I don't think he did.
No, I didn't. But I'm in a good position, though. I'm in a good position. I'm having a house built in Arizona now.
Okay, nice.
I'm not
Is this the same house that was Karen's? See, on the show, Karen alleges that she was paying for this house. You were living in this house with the daughter, and you had a girlfriend that lived in the house with you.
See, no, that's not the truth. Karen was in New York. I held the house down, and I had my daughter.
Meaning that you were paying the bills?
Yes,
or
I was paying all the bills.
Okay.
I was paying all the bills. I took care of the landscaping, the pool guy, the SRP, the Cox cable, everything.
Okay.
So, and took care of my daughter.
Of course.
Played volleyball. I was a volleyball dad. And maybe for, to add a little spin to things, she might have said that I had a girl living there, but I would have never disrespected her because I'm a man of principle.
Now, between you and me, the daughter's not home. You might have tapped something in the crib.
No.
They didn't spend the night.
No.
Well,
in the swimming pool in the backyard.
No, real talk. Here's the thing. Considering our background, her father, Sammy The Bull, and so on and so forth.
You didn't want to fuck. You don't want no fucking problems.
I didn't bring people over there.
Got
Well,
it.
not so much as problems with her father, but I just kept the house the house. You don't bring people to your home.
Yeah.
You feel me? Especially where your daughter lay her head at.
But we'll get that penthouse at the hotel around the way. And
we can do that.
I got it.
Right. But
so I'm interested in the whole Italian black thing. Was her family accepting of you?
Well, coincidentally, here's the story. Karen never told me who her father was for 6 months. And I knew something was on her mind because she was acting a little bit, aloof, So one day we were in a diner on Hillside. She said, I got something to tell you. My father's Sammy The Bull Gravano. Me being from the hood, I don't really care. It don't matter because Italians don't really move in the same circles as we move in.
Nah.
So it
as long as he ain't calling nobody no moolies and niggas
right,
and
I'm
shit
good
like
with
that,
it.
we good.
Right,
we
so I don't. It's not really impressive.
Yeah.
Nor do I care. You know what I mean?
Right.
At this time, I like it.
And I don't need his money. I got my own money.
Right.
Whatever.
But it was some concern considering everything that had happened with him and John Gotti and so on and so forth. But you know what? Surprisingly, her father accepted me. A family loved me, and they showed me a side of Italians that I didn't even think existed.
Yeah, because a lot of us assume that it's racial tension between blacks and Italians.
Well, because you know how the Howard Beach thing went with Yusuf Hawkins and so on and so forth, so I come from that era, but it wasn't like that. Sammy welcomed me with open arms. He said, if my daughter love you, I love you, and I appreciated that about him. So, you know, the side about everything that he did in the street really didn't exist in my life. It was more of a family thing. You know, it was more of a love thing. And then a side of the story, the real stories about everything that happened in the streets.
Now, you said that you, Karen's brother, and her father did time together.
Yes.
How did now you have your own hustling business?
Yes.
Sammy's got his business. How now did those things come together as one and end up you being in prison?
What happened was, Karen's father and I and her brother, we owned a pool company. So I owned a majority percentage of the pool company. And to tell you the truth, Sammy would have preferred for us to just focus on construction and acquiring businesses, small businesses, and making our companies bigger. But, you know, we had our hands in something else that he really didn't have no knowledge of. Okay? So I'm not going to sit here and say that he actually supported everything that we did.
Right, because it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that.
Y'all was getting some dough on the side when you kind of shouldn't have been commingling that with the primary
business. And he told us
business.
That. He said, I would prefer for you guys to focus on what we're doing right now, which is this business. Trust me, if you put
But that fast money be calling you.
You know how it go. That's how it went.
Speaking to the
mic.
mic.
They New Yorkers, you know what I'm saying? In Phoenix, it looked like...
But wait a minute. What's your affiliation to this?
I manage Dave.
Okay.
You have a manager?
That's my brother.
Brother first.
So you popping out here?
Well, you know, I'm trying to pop.
Dave's story is a unique story because you have the black man in Queens during the time when there was tension between Italians and blacks, and now he falls in love with one of the biggest mob figures.
This is a movie. You
ever.
Writing a movie.
Well, here's the thing.
Exactly.
Not to cut him off. Listen, one day me and Sammy in the kitchen. This real talk.
Okay.
So Sammy said, look, I'm doing my thing in Arizona. Now I'm getting ready to do some other things. Now you don't have to be involved. I don't want you to feel like you're under pressure or nothing. So I said, I'm with it. I'm all in. And I understand what that encompasses now when he tells me that.
That's right.
So he jokingly said, you realize you'll be the first made black man in America. And that was kind of funny, but it was true. Now I'm not saying that he had the authority after being ousted, you know, as a result of what happened with him and John, but it was kind of cool for him to say that. Because I probably am the only black man that ever really crossed over that racial divide, and so with a figure as big as Sammy, as being the underboss of a crime family.
Yo, we sitting next to some real cats right now.
So, but when he said that, now I hear Lil Wayne talking about, you know, made and so on and so forth.
How does that make you feel though when you hear these rappers in these songs talking that grease that you lived?
Here's the thing, and that's what I want my story to be. If I can touch some of the youth who are influenced by these lyrics and the glamour of what they call the street life. See, the street life it really isn't a custom. It's not something that you put on. It's not something that you wear. It's not a way that you act.
You born in it. You about that life, or you not.
9 times out of 10, you're a product of your environment. So I didn't choose it. It chose me.
And I would even go as far to say, if you, at that moment, a lot of people don't know this about cats on the block, right? In the moments where you hear them talking about being on the block and making the money, they talking like that because that's their only option.
Right.
Not if you gave them like, yo, you can go get this college thing and you could go get this job and you could get the fuck out of here.
Right.
They would be like, yo, can I do that? I don't want to stand outside in the cold all fucking day.
It's still your option though.
Yeah, but
Everyone
see, I agree with you, Fox. But when you in the hood and you're like, yo, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to next month, next year. I don't know where my next dollar's coming from.
Right.
To sit around and be like, yo, I'm gonna do this high school thing.
Right.
Then I'm gonna do this hopefully get into college thing.
Making a G a day.
And then now I'm making a G a day.
And that's not even no money right there.
Right, now I'm making 50 racks a week.
Right.
Now
how much time did you do?
18 years.
18 years?
Yes, of my life. 18 years of my
So
life.
you took the risk. You knew going into. You seemed like a smart dude even at that time. And I know Alpo and Preem and all them dudes. Y'all was smart dudes. Y'all knew that y'all was taking a risk with your lives.
I understood that. I didn't mind. I know that came with the game.
How old were you when you got locked up?
Well, my first case I was 14, attempted murder. So I was back and forth from Rikers Island, juvenile system, New York State Division for Youth, and then I finally went to prison in '87. I was 19. I came home. I was 26. I went back. I was 32. I came home. I was 41.
Lord have mercy.
So the second time you went back after the attempted murder thing, so you come out of the attempted murder situation as a teenager.
Yes.
and now you kind of feel like my only option is to hit this block.
Yeah, now it's all or nothing.
Because getting a job with that on your record is
right. But see, keep in mind that I still wasn't ready mentally, bro. You know, to live that lifestyle is a frame of mind, and it's not easy to change your pattern of thinking. Okay, you have to reprogram that. Okay, so when I was in prison the second time, I realized that my behavior was the cause of my conditions. So they teach you that your thinking is the cause and your conditions are the effect. So if you want to change your condition, you got to change your thinking. And so when I was in prison, I graduated from college. I got a degree in business with honors. I came home. I finished it. I got my bachelor's. Started working at a company with some owners who gave me that chance, knowing that I had 5 felony convictions. Mind you, I started at the bottom. Well, lo and behold, I run the company now. It's 60 employees. I'm the quality manager. So, and we're looking to expand to about 120 employees within the next 6 months. So, I mean, in my opinion, that's a success story. In my opinion, considering
I think it's a. I don't think
where
anybody
I came
would,
from.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would ever question whether or not you had a success story. I think also too, you know, you look at the likes of people like Jay-Z who come from. I mean, Jay-Z was a small. I mean, he wasn't a big time mover like that. He's big time now.
Huge.
A lot of people like to point out and they'll say, "Yo, he wasn't really moving like that." I mean, yeah, he was nickel and diamond. He was doing.
It was an economy back
still
then,
throwing
so
bricks.
everybody had a little
something, right? He was just doing whatever. But he was able to take that hustler mentality and apply it to something legitimate, and now turn it into a major, you know, profit.
Now regarding,
which I think is kind of maybe the silver lining in your story.
Yes.
Absolutely. We were just talking about that.
And I'm gonna, and you know, here's another thing. You know, I happen to be born and raised in a part of Queens that was very prolific in rap. You know, I'm from Hollis, Queens. I grew up with Jam Master Jay. That was my best friend. Before God bless the dead. We grew up on the same block. I looked up to Russell. I was up at Def Jam when it was on Elizabeth Street. I remember when LL got his deal.
That's right.
I mean, I was on the road when Leo was a road manager. Leo Cohen.
He was the Beastie Boys and Run DMC, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And Leo was a road manager.
That's right.
So, I mean, I'm a part of that. Then I left Hollis and went to the South Side and worked for Fat Cat and Supreme when Cat was getting $1 million a week.
Now, why? Now, right there, stop. Why didn't you say, "Yo, Russ, Leor, LL, let me work with y'all"?
Well, because here's the reason why. I couldn't have worked with L. Because L wasn't from Hollis, he from Farmers. I could work with Run, but they already had 2 cats working for my man Smith and this other dude named Ronnie Ray.
Okay.
So
wait, Hollis and Farmers just.
No, Hollis and Farmers is cool,
but it wasn't.
But Farmers is Farmers and Hollis is Hollis.
Yeah. And when you young,
but money is money. But
but when you young,
it was all coming up.
When you young and coming up, and you a teenager, cats from over there don't really rock with cats from over there.
Right. So
it's
I'm from
stupid.
Hollis.
It's stupid.
That is really stupid.
It's stupid.
So, but you know, that's a good point that you make.
Yo, and I'm glad you said that, because even in our line of work right now, cats be like, "Yo, why don't you follow them over there on Twitter?" And why? Because we don't fuck with them like that. Like, we out here to win.
Right.
And niggas on my block is trying to win, and y'all trying to take food off our table, so we don't fuck with y'all.
You know, it's ironic that you said that, because there was a lot of beef after the shows with running them and L. Terms of time and overlapping.
Who goes on first and who's opening up.
It was crazy. I mean, love is love now, but back then it was a little friction.
Yeah.
You know, egos were involved. LL was big.
And Russell had to manage a lot of that.
Yes.
Like, yo, listen, they got the bigger record.
Right.
They open, they close, you open, whatever.
Regarding what you said, I could have been patient. And waited my turn, but I was impatient because I wanted money now. So I didn't want to be like this cat that was just on the road with Jay and them, come home broke. Go back on the road with them, come home with a pair of Adidas. Go back on the road with them. I mean, all that's good. City to city, but at the end of the day, I got to work on me.
No, you nobody's stupid. You
I gotta
nobody's
do
a
me.
little underman.
Unfortunately, I chose the wrong route.
Right.
What I should have done was been a little patient and showed my value. That's what I should have did.
But hindsight's always 20/20. We always say we fucked up, but it feels like the person you are today, you weren't that person.
I wasn't.
What are we doing with this story right now? Are you how are you guys?
Right now, what we're doing is a documentary. First off, and then we're gonna. Originally, before we even did anything, me and his ex-wife, we were partners on her movie.
That's Karen.
Karen's, yeah.
Okay.
So when
I was locked up
when he was locked up, me and her had combined together, went to Hollywood. I actually introduced her to agents and stuff. Now she's on reality shows. She has books and stuff. So our deal fell through. So when Dave came home, we just kept it going. And now that we got the documentary, we're actually shooting part of it now, and a couple of people are offering for a feature and a book.
So you're gonna be on the upcoming season 3 of MobWives? Are you gonna be recurring? So you're like actively in it now.
I'm out here right now. I'm shooting the reunion tomorrow.
Okay.
We're doing a reunion, so that wraps up season 3.
Okay.
And it's season 4, recurring.
Oh, season 4. Okay.
So is the move to parlay what your relationship in MobWives,
Yes.
caring about, into the movies and the stories, the books, and all of this? That's where you're trying to go.
You know what I think that I do? I think that the fact that I grew up in Hollis, the fact that I was affiliated with Fat Cat and them, then I crossed the racial divide with
the
Karen,
mob thing and all of that.
The mob thing, and her father happened to be Sammy.
Right.
But then combine all of that to the fact that I totally turned my life around, and I am a success story in terms of what I'm doing now. I'm running my company. I'm having a home built. I've chosen to put all that behind me.
But you lost a lot of friends along the way. What's the story with Preem now? Where's he?
Preem is in Florence, Colorado.
Right.
In a Supermax.
Okay.
Locked down 24 hours a day in an ADX program. He's not allowed to talk to nobody.
Why? I thought at this point, he's been gone now. How long?
Well, because he's real powerful. People like that can get on the telephone.
Right.
So right now in the wing that he's in, he's over there with King Tone, Latin King.
Yeah.
Right. Larry Hoover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strong cats. Those type of people.
So they keeping all them dudes in the same place.
Yes.
Those dudes can make a call and get someone killed at any second. So they got to keep all they can't even see their mother,
I'm
right?
uncomfortable now. I don't even know if I should be having this conversation with y'all. I'm not about this life.
Me either.
I'm not about this life.
Life is over.
But it's a different day today. It's what it was in the 80s and 90s. Cats out here moving around ain't doing it nowhere near
hustles
like
ain't
that.
the same.
You know, I was talking to him today, and I said, I feel blessed and honored to have been born and raised in the 80s. I wasn't born in the 80s, but I'm raised in the 80s. I'm an 80s baby in terms of hip hop, culture, Fat Farm. Everything
I was there with you. I grew up in the same thing.
All that people emulate today is everything that we started.
That's right.
And it's amazing to see how it is now because it's way different.
There's a piece of it, like I look at these young cats running around. There's a piece of me that's like, man, it's so great to see that almost like an economy was built.
Yes.
Through music and clothes and producers and songwriters and touring and a whole.
But they taking that away now from us. Not to cut you off. Like 10 years ago they got rid of artist development. Then after that,
the labels though. But even now with the internet, I know a lot of people look to the labels and expect them to develop artists. But
no, I'm just want to show you the whole transition. First, it's a lot of stuff that went. First, it was artist development.
Right.
Then it was the Black Music Executive.
Yep, those
then
are
gone. Then
gone.
it was Black Music Department.
It's gone.
Now, then the majors said, look, I'm gonna sign super producers, and the super producers
become the artist development, or they become the Black executive.
And then they say, no, you know what? Now I want you to work from home. And then they say, you know what? I'm not going to work with you, super producer. I'm going to work with this one. So subtracting everything.
But remember,
the game is so small.
My thing is this, and this is we're getting into a whole industry debate.
Right.
Now, running your business, if you're in hip hop, you're a producer, you're a songwriter, you can run your own business.
Right.
I know those are banks, man. Labels are banks.
Right.
They give out loans and hire people and give you money, and then they got to get it back from you. Those are just banks.
Right.
But the ability to start your own clothing line, t-shirt company, music business, record label, digital distribution thing, using all of the tools at your disposal in the digital world, go on tour, create your own touring. You know what I mean? Learn that whole shit is at your fingertips.
But let me
now.
just tell you something, my brother. That we was forced to do that.
No,
there's one country singer that had
that's
the
fine.
average of country.
But you think those banks really want to keep us in their buildings?
I'm gonna bug you out. Keep us out, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like 6 to 7 country artists that's well worth over $300 million. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. Who you are in this business? Because if you're not Cash Money and Baby and Slim in them,
mm-hmm.
you're not making no real bread.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like. It's racism. It's all types of shit. It's capitalism at its best. But you got to remember, we are the foundation of all music.
That's fine.
So as they take from us, it's still they take more than ever because we're still the foundation of all music.
Well, I guess my point is this. Right. So the fuck what?
Now listen, can I interject? Okay. Now here's how I feel. Here's how I feel. All of that.
Tons of ways. That's my point. There's Kendrick Lamar, any of these cats, they built Schoolboy Q, ASAP Rocky.
I just went through it with Vado. Vado was on Interscope.
Vado
was on Interscope. Kendrick Lamar's on Interscope. No disrespect to Kendrick Lamar. I love what he's doing. But Vado brings a piece of hip-hop that comes from that era that the kids need now.
Yeah, but you're talking about what you want it to be versus, listen, here's
what it is.
What it is.
Right.
What it is
what it is.
Here's what it is. And I'll speak to Vado. I love Vado to death.
No, when Jimmy Iovine pressed that button, he can make you the biggest rapper
Kendrick
tomorrow.
Lamar was already on. But that's Jimmy Iovine. Kendrick Lamar was already on tour, though.
Right.
He was out here running his own shit. Is Vado on tour?
No, he will be this summer.
Listen,
but my point is this. Too many motherfuckers sit around and wait for people to give them something.
Now, this is what I'm in agreements of. I was getting ready to interject. Listen, I don't care about none of those obstacles he's talking about. To me, that's not significant. I agree with you because that fuels my motivation.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
See, here's the thing. You can't wait for somebody to give you something.
No.
You can't.
I'm just talking about
I'm
the
not
young
mad
artists.
at them for doing
Not
the
me.
things
I
they
take
do in
mine.
terms of business. I'm going to continue to do what I got to do. Right. See, and like I told him the other day, listen, you get what your hand called for, bro. Really. The cards are dealt. So if you're destined to be great or you're destined to do something and be successful, you are. There's no music executive. There's no record company that's going to get in your way. So the truth of the matter is people shouldn't look for them to make them who they are. You got to pave the way, baby. Bust through the door. You know? Yeah, I mean,
Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
Wiz Khalifa. Mac Miller.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Macklemore, who's been around 10 years. All of these artists, whether they're white, whether they're black, you can make whatever fucking excuses you want to make. You know what they do, though? They go town to town, college to college, DJ to DJ for years, not months. Years. I'm gonna tell you the problem with a lot of cats. You know what? But that's okay. Yes, it is. Why do you feel like labels? Why do you feel like major? Let me ask you this. Why do you feel like corporate America is obligated to help someone?
They're not.
It's not obligation.
So what is it then?
It's called equal playing field. Listen.
There's no
equal playing field. That's
Listen,
not how the world works.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not fair. Artists hate me all the time. How come you don't play this one? You play this one. You know why? Because this motherfucker right here is getting me motherfucking ratings when I play this song.
Listen,
radio got their jobs. People at radio keep their jobs. They're not really out there in the struggle. The struggle is dealing with the artists on the front line. You got a job. You get a check.
Exactly.
Listen, you get a check. You get a check.
Exactly.
So you could kick all your opinions.
Yes.
You could kick all of that. But when Emma's broadcasting says, listen, we don't want to do black music no more.
I'm done.
You're going to be outside.
I'm done.
Let me talk.
I'm done.
You're going to be outside saying,
I'm done.
where's that light pole where I can get my radio show at?
No, it won't. And that won't happen. You know why that won't happen?
You
know why that won't happen to me? I'm going to tell you why that won't happen to me. No, because I've been in this shit 23 years and I have relationships and I can hustle.
Right.
I'm not in the struggle.
Well,
I'm not on the block. You know why I'm not on the block? Because when I was a kid, when I was 15, and Cats was like, yo, that's not my struggle. I'm not making music. Matter of fact, radio's not even in the music business.
Right.
We're in the radio business. Right. We're in the advertising business.
It's the same thing was going on in music.
Talking to the mic.
It's the same thing what we're talking about in the music business. You're talking about the changes that are made in the music business. They weren't changing in radio. What was changing in radio?
What are you talking about? Radio is consolidating crazy. You know why the fuck I'm on this camera right now? Is because we consolidate. So I do multiple jobs.
Right.
And you know how much money they give me extra? Zero.
Right. You got to push that extra.
Because I appreciate being here. You know what I'm saying? So cats out here need to really, really think about what they're doing and get outside of New York and go hustle out in these, other cities.
Can I make a point here in spite of everything that y'all are saying? Listen, I went to prison for 18 years. Understand that. I got 5 felony convictions. I don't look for no handouts, brother. No, but I don't care about a record company. I don't care about an album. I don't care about nobody helping me pave the way. I'm going to pave my own way. Understand that. Okay? I'm a trendsetter. Okay? And I'm a hustler, like he said. So however my life turned out is a direct result of the things that I do to make it happen. Okay? I can't expect nobody to give me nothing. I got to knock down doors, right or wrong.
Yeah, and just to wrap this up, I know where you're going. I'm going to just say this for everybody. Hot 97 plays hip-hop music because they make money doing it. If it didn't make money, they would not be doing it. I'm here, right, because the people that own it don't want to have to deal with this conversation. So they hire me to deal with this conversation.
Record companies hire me to go get the talent, so they don't have to deal with the talent. I dig it.
That's not they're in business, and if it makes money, they're in it. If it doesn't, they're not. Done deal.
Bottom line.
That's it. And if you're out there and you're an artist and you don't have a passport and you ain't traveled outside of whatever town you're from, don't blame anybody when you can't get your shit popping. You have to network, and there's tools at your disposal.
Right.
Fucking name a social network. There's motherfuckers. I know people who make money just being popular on fucking Twitter, my man.
So in other words, you can't play the blame game. Bottom line.
I'm not for that.
Right.
I'm not. Don't play it with me.
And neither am I.
But now, can you be frustrated? Can you be pissed off?
Yes.
You could be all of that.
What I try to do is just let people know what the real is, the kids that's out there really in the grind.
And just tell them
I don't tell them the bullshit.
Don't give a fuck
I tell them
about
that every
you.
day. I say, don't give a fuck about you at all. And just, do the knowledge. That's all. That's all I tell them.
And remember this. When you do get a relationship inside somewhere.
Cherish it.
And you do have, a network, you will only be as successful as that network that supports you.
Right.
Meaning, if you're an asshole and you don't handle your business, as soon as you trip, they're going to let you fall.
Right.
You understand? If you're somebody that people want to see win, when you trip, they're going to help you hold you up to hopefully help you along the way. But if you're a fucking dick, nobody wants to work with you. I just went way away from MobWives and shit, but that's a good conversation.
It's real
and
shit.
good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Look for that new
while
movie.
You said you had something you wanted to hit on while you was here.
Yeah, real quick. I just want to make sure, we about to do the movie, the soundtrack, the score, all of that. And also I want to make sure you go get his film, watch more MobWives. We winning.
And what's the name of the film? Hit it one more time.
We haven't decided on a title yet or none of that. But the basic premise of the story is it's not where you came from, it's where you going. It's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. Maya Angelou wrote a book. It's a poem called Still I Rise, and I live by that. Because regardless of everything that I've been through in my circumstances, still I rise. And that's how I feel. Real talk. So I understand what you mean about someone giving you a shot, because I really don't need nobody to give me a chance, because I'm going to bust the door down. Yeah. Well, like right now in Arizona, I'm in the real estate. So not only do I work, but I'm remodeling homes. So I intend on making that a full-time job in a couple of months here. Well, I'm going to just flip houses. And that's doing real good in Arizona.
And the market's about to come back. It's
lovely.
a buyer's market right now.
So, I'm
and
versatile.
Arizona bottomed out, so you could
I'm versatile, brother. A hustler's a hustler. The only difference is the product.
That's right.
You feel me?
That's right.
So, but I can tell you this. I'm on a straight path.
Period.
There you go.
I'm on a straight path.
Thanks for coming by, my G.
Right on.